Welcome to Bioglam Curvy Models, the place where beauty, confidence, and stories come alive. Here, we celebrate the inspiring journeys of curvy models who are breaking stereotypes, redefining fashion, and proving that style has no size limit. From humble beginnings to global recognition, these women show the world that beauty isn't about fitting in, it's about standing out. Now, imagine scrolling through your Instagram feed and suddenly stopping. Not because of a designer label, not because of an airbrushed photo, but because of a woman whose energy feels real. A woman who radiates confidence, grace, and authenticity. Her name? Shikha Fashion. A name that has quickly become synonymous with empowerment, elegance, and the rise of curvy fashion across the digital world. Shikha isn't just an influencer, she's a movement. A symbol of self-love wrapped in silk, confidence, and unapologetic authenticity. Her rise to fame wasn't handed to her. She built it, one post, one pose, and one powerful message at a time. From being just another name on social media to becoming a voice for thousands of women around the world, her story is one of courage, transformation, and relentless belief in the beauty of every body. Born and raised in a culture where traditional beauty standards were deeply rooted, Shikha knew early on that she didn't fit the mold. Growing up, she watched fashion magazines that rarely featured women who looked like her, curvy, bold, and beautifully real. Instead of letting that discourage her, it lit a spark. She decided that if the fashion world wouldn't create space for women like her, she would carve out her own. Her journey began in the simplest way possible, through self-expression. Fashion became her language, her tool, her way of communicating who she was to the world. She experimented with fabrics, colors, and styles that celebrated her curves instead of hiding them. With each photo she shared online, she sent out a silent but powerful message that beauty is not defined by numbers, scales, or shapes. It's defined by confidence. At first, her posts were modest, a few outfit shots, casual captions, and honest reflections about her day. But there was something different about them. They weren't polished perfection. They were real, and people noticed. Slowly, followers began to engage, not because of filters or fancy edits, but because they felt connected. They saw themselves in her. Her natural smile, her unfiltered angles, and her fearless personality drew people in. Then came the turning point, one viral post that changed everything. It was a simple photo. Shikha wearing a vibrant red dress, standing against a sunset backdrop, her confidence going brighter than the light behind her. She captioned it, "I stopped waiting to be a size smaller to start loving myself." The post exploded overnight. Thousands of comments poured in from women all around the world, thanking her for saying what so many felt but couldn't express. That one photo didn't just go viral. It started a conversation. From that moment, Shikha Fashion wasn't just an account. It was a revolution. Brands began to notice her authenticity. They saw her influence not as vanity metrics, but as a community built on trust and empowerment. Soon, collaborations started coming in, from plus-size fashion labels to international beauty brands eager to embrace inclusivity. But Shikha never let the glitz change her core. She remained the same, grounded, kind, and passionately real. Her fashion sense evolved into something truly signature. Each outfit she wore told a story of heritage, modernity, and individuality. One day she'd be draped in elegant traditional wear, celebrating cultural roots with grace. The next, she'd step out in streetwear that oozed confidence and edge. Her versatility became her superpower. She showed her audience that you can be both fierce and feminine, glamorous and grounded. And while fashion was her first language, body positivity became her message. Shikha began using her platform to speak out against unrealistic beauty ideals. She posted raw, unedited photos alongside glamorous shoots, reminding her followers that both sides, the polished and imperfect, are beautiful. Her honesty set her apart in a world obsessed with filters. Her followers often describe her as a mirror because when they see her, they see themselves reflected back with pride. Every caption she writes, every story she shares carries a message of love, acceptance, and strength. Her words have become a lifeline for many young women struggling with body image, self-doubt, or societal pressure. But behind the glamour, there's grit. Shikha's journey wasn't always easy. In the early days of her modeling career, she faced criticism and judgment, not from strangers, but from people close to her. Some told her she should lose weight to fit in. Others said she'd never make it as a model. For a moment, she believed them, but that doubt didn't last long. With resilience in her heart and vision in her mind, she decided that no one else's opinion would define her destiny. She began networking, learning about fashion branding and improving her craft. She studied photography angles, lighting, and digital marketing, proving that influence isn't just about beauty, but strategy. Her Instagram soon turned into a professional portfolio, blending visual storytelling with authenticity. And then came the opportunities, invitations to fashion events, collaborations with designers who believed in diversity, and magazine features that highlighted her as a voice of change. Each success felt like a victory, not just for her, but for everyone who had ever been told that they weren't enough. Shikha often says that her biggest goal isn't fame, it's freedom. Freedom for women to wear what they love, to walk confidently in their own skin, and to define beauty on their own terms. She's not just modeling clothes, she's modeling courage. As her influence grew, so did her impact. Her hashtag Shikha Style became a hub for body positivity and curvy fashion inspiration. Women began sharing their own outfits using the tag, creating a ripple effect of empowerment. The comments under her posts turned into conversations, women uplifting women, strangers supporting each other, and a community built on confidence. She's also passionate about mental health. In several heartfelt posts, Shikha has opened up about her struggles with anxiety and self-doubt, moments that shaped her resilience. She speaks openly about how loving your body is a journey, not a destination. That honesty has made her more than an influencer. She's become a friend to thousands who find solace in her words. Her day-to-day life is a mix of creativity, work, and grounding rituals. Mornings often start with coffee and journaling, a practice she swears by to keep her thoughts aligned. Between brand shoots and editing content, she makes time for simple joys, reading, cooking, and spending time with loved ones. It's this balance between glam and grounded that keeps her aura so authentic. When asked what keeps her motivated, Shikha says it's her audience. The messages she receives from women around the world fuel her purpose. A teenage girl who wore a sleeveless dress for the first time because of her post, a mom who learned to love her stretch marks again. These stories remind her that her platform is powerful, not because of numbers, but because of hearts. But fame has its challenges too. Shikha has spoken about dealing with online negativity, comments that try to bring her down for her size, style, or confidence. Yet she's turned hate into fuel. Every rude remark only strengthens her resolve to continue being herself unapologetically. Her followers often say that Shikha's energy feels contagious, that even through a screen she radiates warmth and strength. And maybe that's because she lives by her truth, that beauty isn't measured by waistlines or weight, but self-worth. Today, Shikha Fashion stands as one of the most influential curvy icons in the digital space. Her collaborations with major brands, her growing media recognition, and her unwavering commitment to inclusivity have made her a force to be reckoned with. But what makes her truly special isn't the fame. It's the fact that she remains accessible, real, and relatable. She often says, "I'm not here to fit into the industry. I'm here to make it fit me." And that line perfectly sums up her philosophy. As her journey continues, she's already hinting at exciting plans. Her own fashion line inspired by curves, comfort, and confidence. It's a dream she's been nurturing quietly, one she hopes will inspire the next generation of women to dress not for trends, but for themselves. But beyond the runway, beyond the lens, beyond the fame, Shikha Fashion's true legacy is how she makes people feel seen, heard, beautiful. She reminds the world that there is power in softness, that confidence can coexist with kindness, and that true beauty begins the moment you stop trying to shrink yourself to fit in. Her story is far from over. In fact, it's just beginning. And if her journey so far has taught us anything, it's that the world is finally ready to celebrate every body, every curve, and every woman who dares to be herself. So the next time you see a post from Shikha Fashion on your feed, don't just double tap. Pause. Read the caption. Feel the confidence. And remember, her message isn't just about fashion. It's about freedom. And maybe, just maybe, that's what makes her truly iconic.
if